Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Stonks Maxxing, day 108. So, this stream is gonna have to turn in an assignment today, just giving an update about what's been going on in tech this week. So, tech news, I forgot what week it is, but I know Oracle, MongoDB, they all release earnings today. Or I shouldn't say today, but this week. So the week of December 8th to December 13th. Right, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess it'll be December 9th. Yeah. Oracle, MongoDB. And I want to say OpenAI has a few things coming out. They're doing their 12 days of Christmas type thing. So maybe it'll be interesting to see what they've been releasing. Alright, I'm gonna update this. Call it Intel update OpenAI release. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is going right now. My screen froze, so I'm gonna need to add something. Okay. Okay, nice. And then let me send this back. Okay, yeah, it's bright and early, 9 o'clock. I woke up at 4 a.m. Tried to go back to sleep, but didn't. Alright, sun's shining in my face. Where do I want to start? Let's start on the company news first. Okay, so I cover Apple, Micron, Cisco, Intel, and the XLK, the tech ETF. I want to say this week, big news, ChatGPT is now released with the Apple Intelligence. So I think if you use Siri on your phones now, I'm pretty sure this is part of the iOS 18 update. It'll be able to actually send out a prompt or call an OpenAI API to ask it a question, essentially. So let's see. Let me double check though. Apple iOS 18. Yeah, I don't think I have any of these. Genmoji. iOS 18.2 is finally available for iPhone 16 and iPhone 15 Pro models with the image playground. Okay, and the Genmoji, I remember that was interesting. So ChatGPT support can be accessed right from Siri or writing tools. Image 1 turns sketches and handwritten notes. That's very interesting. Image 1. Visual intelligence with camera control helps you instantly learn about places or interact with information simply by pointing your iPhone at the object. Okay, import and export enables your controls. So there's the hyper transfer text protocol, secured, priority upgrades, uniform resource links to HTTPS whenever possible. Okay, so it's along with other, so it seems like along with the AI features, I'm going to list them out really quickly. So the image playground, Genmoji, and then chat GPT support, I'll say. I think those are the big ones, maybe like image wand. Okay, so there's the iPhone kernel, which I imagine sits in the iOS operating system for the iPhone. Maybe it's a software data structure that controls how memory and data is accessed. That's my best guess. And then WebKit, it seems like it's an engine that underpins the Safari browser. That's probably also embedded within the iOS operating system. Okay, so it's let's say with full Apple Intelligence features. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna see iOS 18.2 Reddit. See if I can get some read-throughs on Reddit. Still useless. Okay, so it seems like what I'm getting from these is there's people on Reddit that are saying, alright, I'm kind of tired of all these iOS releases. It seems like one of the big problems they faced in the past is whenever you have these new updates, there's a lot of bugs, and it takes a while for those to be patched. So you're kind of almost like beta testers for a lot of these new features. And then some people also say that it slows down the actual hardware, the phone itself. Makes sense. I'd imagine that the operating system, because you're adding more features, it takes up more space on your storage and on your memory. So maybe that reduces, or I guess that would increase the latency. Or the time you would have to wait. Okay, it's kind of funny. Okay, this is kind of like the first real opinion piece here, and it seems like AJ the creepypasta does not seem impressed at all. God. Okay, what is this in response to? Okay. Apple is all in on their private compute cloud, right? I think they were saying that they're going to invest in building out data centers specifically for Apple Intelligence or running Apple Intelligence. So they have their Apple private cloud, right? But most of the processing, I want to say, happens on device. That was their whole selling point. Instead of calling an API for OpenAI, that's probably running on some data center that Microsoft owns, so on like a Azure compute cluster. The large language model or whatever AI model is running on your iPhone is just going to use, I want to say, the A16 chip. That's what's the new chip in the iPhones these days. They're A16 Bionic chips. It's built on the TSMC 3nm process, or maybe 3NE, so the most advanced process right now. Let's see. So maybe it's the, it's the A18. Okay, so it's the next generation, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, right. So the A18 chip, so it's a 6-core CPU with 2 performance and 4 efficiency cores. Okay, so very similar to Intel, AMD. They're doing the performance and efficiency cores. Now you have a 5-core GPU and a 16-core neural engine. Okay. Yeah, I don't fully understand the camera stuff here. Yeah, camera, very complicated stuff. I don't even know what the cellular and wireless stuff is either. Yeah, this is very cool though. Built-in apps. Oh god. Initial read-throughs on Reddit. Show mixed reviews, so more leaning towards the disappointment side. Okay, so we do have to understand though that Reddit is a very small subset of the entire population. When I think of people on Reddit, I'm thinking of guys that are in maybe the college to high school to maybe like 40, anywhere between that range, like 16 to 40 years old. I'd say 80% of the people on Reddit are guys. I'm just kind of pulling these statistics out of my ass, but that's my initial thought. And you can even sort of break down the sample even further. It's probably I have to say it's probably just a bunch of computer science people. Like half of them are like gamers, computer scientists. Like the more geeky, nerdy type. So maybe these guys that would be unimpressed. I could be wrong. I'm definitely one of their target audiences though. Okay. Let's see, how is the live stream doing? Alright, it's still going. It's good. Gimmicky features / buggy features and an iPhone bugs. Slower iPhones. Okay, so if they were released, I guess they were released this week, then stock price, I would say it's probably flat to down. No, it's up, okay. I guess Reddit. Yeah, that's what I was saying, it's a very small subset of the population, right? So Monday to Friday, it's about 2.6%. So when did it update to iOS 18.2 release? 2 days ago.
The Amex Business Gold.
So I guess older generations. So YouTube reviewers. Okay, I guess YouTube reviews are more optimistic.
What's up, guys?
Okay, there's also, so what is this guy's name? Brandon Butch.
What's up, guys? My name's Brandon, and
Okay, yeah, I'd say that's probably the big thing here with the iPhones. Okay, Apple company news. SEC filings. Yeah, let's see if there's any condo Chris. Okay, it's all on November 19th. Alright, let's probably say that's the big thing. Micron chips funding. Finalized. Commerce. Chips board. Subsidy. I guess 6.1 billion of chips for Idaho and New York manufacturing sites. So 20-year manufacturing vision. Funding of first subsidy. Okay, advanced memory manufacturing from less than 2% today to approximately 10% by 2035. Okay, DRAM chips. Preliminary memorandum of terms in Micron technology for up to 275 to expand and modernize its Manassas, Virginia. Okay. Micron's 1 alpha technology to its Manassas facility. Monthly wafer output. the modern expansion of manufacturing. Yeah, I do want to try to set up a trip to go to the Manassas. I know there's someone there that has this teaching program. You allow students to go take a look, and I feel like that'd be interesting. Yeah. It's targeting. $625 billion. Spending in 20 years, so 100 billion, then 25 billion. Iowa. It's to gain 10% of global memory market by 2035. So I guess that'll be 10 years. So around 10 years from now. Another Department of Commerce subsidy. Okay. Right, yeah, I think that's important. So Micron, CC filings. Let's see if they made any new filings this week. So I think they do report earnings this week, Wednesday. Okay, so this talks about the government loans. Okay, nice. Oh, so that's the CEO interview. Let's go Cisco News. Virtual annual meetings. Okay, so maybe this will be inner report and proxy. His stock. So it's I'm surprised it dipped that much. 6.9%. Yeah, I think this was on Tuesday, right? And bullish on the updates for now. So Micron it's next week. Short-term long. That's my best guess of what's going on. Okay, so Cisco, SEC file, Cisco earnings. Oh, this is back in November 26th, right? Okay, so it'll be helpful to watch to annual meeting if reported earnings, I think 2 weeks ago. Co-CEOs, CFO David Seiss and Michelle Johnston Hoythius. Intel products. Okay. Johnston Holthus product CD. Okay. Hothus. Spoke at a Barclays Tech Conference. Gave some important updates. Okay, so let's see if I can remember some. Okay, so 18A chips, external customer 18A chips, engineering. So the first engineering samples of external customer 18A chips have been received and powered on by select customers based on PDK 1.0. I want to say they're based on... Okay. Panther Lake. Wait a minute, so yeah, that's actually an important distinction I want to clarify. Is it the Panther Lake samples or is it the actual external customer samples? Okay, so I think, yeah, this actually is very clear. So I shouldn't say this. This is actually not true of Panther Lake. So Intel's next generation. So I want to say Panther Lake is probably Panther Lake, I want to say, is the successor of Arrow Lake, which is the desktop CPU. Panther Lake. Laptops and okay, so I guess it'll be used, I guess, a successor of Panther Lake, a successor of Lunar Lake then. Panther Lake built using the 18A stored on likely OEMs. Top OEMs. HP, Dell. Okay. Okay, so still struggling in the AI chip space. Gaudi 3, most recent AI accelerator. Achieved so it's expects so Falcon Shores to not be yeah. Okay, and then the Intel discrete battle GPU arc battle image. Let's go. So it's sold out. Okay, I need to quit a lot of this stuff. Okay, I think that should be good. Why? How come Chrome has... Oh, maybe it's... So I have two windows open, essentially. Okay. Out of stock. Okay, that's good. So the company is forward there. Culture of iterative improvements. With a focus on delivering customers' need/want. Client customers' needs. Overwhelming positive response on Intel's this week. Okay, AIB Intel Arc battle image. What's AIB? Pattern board. Third-party company. Intel Arc. XE2 architecture. Include high performance XMX AI engines. So I think XE are like the efficiency cores are supported by more capable ray tracing units, better meshing performance. Okay, so XESS includes 3 technologies: super resolution, frame generation, low latency. Yeah, I think this was when they were using some type of vision model to upscale graphics, I want to say, or photos or videos when you're actually trying to render out new frames for your game. I don't really know how it works under the hood, but that's what they were marketing it as. AI-based upscaling for more than 2 years and now supports more than 150 games. So it adds interpolated frames using optical flow and motion vector reprojection. To be honest, I don't really know what optical flow and motion vector reprojection means, to provide higher fluidity gaming. Per XE core. Provides access to display settings including color and scaling nodes, variable refresh rate, 3D graphics, performance controls, prism. Okay. This product is marketed as a budget GPU, so MSRP $250. I want to say in the 400, 500 range. This GPU price. God, 0%. Yeah, I'd say it's probably somewhere within that range actually, like a 400 to 500. God, okay. What do I need to delete? I'll save this code. Call it. This is branch.c. Right, save. Okay, so force quit. WCCF Tech. The AIB editions. Okay. So it seems like there's a lot. Three node process. Gaming segment. Spots. CPU. Yeah, so my guess is like the GPU gaming segment is very small compared to the client CPU and client and enterprise. We'll call it enterprise CPU. If I can get some numbers on the market size, that'd actually be very helpful. Yeah. Oh yeah, this guy, Gamer Nexus. Also left tips. He, I think, was pretty happy about it.
I can't.
Right, okay. Okay, so game discrete GPU market size. Okay, so global discrete graphics microprocessor graphic processing units was valued at 103, we'll call it 103 billion in 2021. Okay, so from 2022 all the way until 2024, the discrete GPU market, looks like just by eyeballing, on average, around 7 million units per month. Or I guess per quarter. Okay, so I guess every year you're averaging around 28 million. Let's try to do some quick maths. Alright, so 28 million times $250. So that's 7 billion, okay? I'd imagine the margin on this $250 product isn't great. How much yeah, 45%. It's hard to say. I'd imagine they're earning less than 50% margins. Right, if AMD is earning 50% margins on a $600 GPU, that means they're spending $300 to make that. Okay, well, AMD is outsourcing to TSMC, and I'd imagine if Intel is producing internally on their Intel 4 or Intel 3 process, maybe they can get some cost savings there. So if you take 50% of 250, that's around 175. No, sorry, that is 125 per chip. Yeah, it's tough. So historical shipments have call it average historical shipments. Probably 5 to 30 per year. Oh, yeah. My thinking is if we are sort of in this down period of shipments, so there's a chance of a recovery maybe. Do we get to a point where you're averaging 10 million shipments per quarter? I don't know what it's going to take to get there, I'm going to be honest. Right, I'm trying to remember from the model itself. If you look at the sell-through, the sell-in, It was in, I want to say, that's shirts. $70 million. I mean that like 200. So, good news. Okay, yeah. So status. I think MSRP is manufacturer suggested retail price, right? Okay, so yeah, I think Intel might be up for the week if you look at the stock price. Never mind. But it did recover from a low of 20. Okay. Yeah, XLK, it's probably ending the week positive. Okay, it's about flat. My predictions have never been right. keep forgetting his full name. Naga Chester. Oh, it is Naga. Okay, so not. The Intel ship is still afloat. Chugging. Sailing full. So let's be realistic here. If they sell for $250, right? Let's say they sell 1,000 of those. That's $250,000. Let's say, okay, wait, actually we could do this in terms of the market. So they, let's say on average, 7 million GPUs are shipped. So I want to say NVIDIA, they control about 90% of the market today. So I think that's what was being shown. Okay, so that's about 6.3 million. So that leaves around 700,000 units left for AMD to compete in here. Discrete GPU market share. Let's see, where's this? Oh, okay. Same thing. Okay, so let's say they get to that 4% range, right? So 4% times 7. 280,000. Times 4. You sold 1 million units per year, okay, and then multiply that to 50, that's around 250 million units, or $250 million. 200 million. 25. $250 million. Yeah, if you look at Intel's annual sales, I think it's around 30 billion today. So it's very incremental. It's not going to move the needle too much. But I think from a narrative standpoint, it does show improving progress on building out the products the company has. So 50%, let's say 25%. God. I would be conservative and say like 40 to 50 million. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of how I got the top line growth, or top line revenue numbers. I just took the average annual discrete GPU shipment multiplied by the market share, I think of 4%, which is Intel's historical high, and then just multiply that by the $250 retail price. So I feel like that could be doable, and then you just assume a 20% margin for the bottom line. Okay, so I think that's it for the company news. I might add some stuff on Cisco later. So now moving on to the sector. I think big news for the sector, Oracle and MongoDB, they reported earnings, and I think they missed expectations. Let's try to find out why. Let's start with Oracle. Okay, so before even understanding why they missed, when I hear the name Oracle, the only thing I really know they do is I think they own Java, the programming language, and then they also have their database license. I don't know if it's open source or if they actually charge a license for it, but Oracle databases, I think they're the traditional SQL relational databases, and they also have, I want to say, some type of enterprise resource planning software that they sell. So my initial guess is they have two big products, their database and then also their software, enterprise resource planning software. Now, when I say that, my gut is telling me they also have a cloud business, like an Oracle Cloud, similar to an AWS or Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure. But I don't hear too much about it often. Okay, so Oracle. Earnings release. Let's see if we can get anything from this. Okay, so they do have this cloud. Okay. Oh god, alright, so here we go. Okay, so their ERP is their enterprise resource planning. So the Q2 revenues are $14.1 billion. I'm trying to think in my mind, like comparing that to other companies. I forgot what Microsoft's Q2 revenues were. I just remember Nvidia's was somewhere around the 30 billion range. And then Intel's was in, I want to say like the 13 to 14 billion, maybe lower than that, the 12 billion. But those are all sort of hardware companies. I think if you were to compare Oracle to, I think another software as a service company, like a Salesforce, maybe, they have similar revenues. I think their market cap is also the same. I don't know the exact numbers behind it, though. Okay, so they do have cloud revenue. Okay, and then, so I guess that's split up into the cloud infrastructure, which I guess is like their compute business, and then the cloud application, which is their software as a service business. I don't know what the difference is between the two, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so initial thoughts were up 9% year over year. Seems like a good number, high single digits. Cloud and license support revenues were up 12% year over year. Okay, so low double-digit growth. Ah, God, it's hard for me to remember these numbers. So Oracle 5.9. I know if you were to plot a graph on the AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure, the revenues, I want to say, are double digits in the billions for all three of those hyperscalers. So Oracle right now is very small. It has a very small percent of the entire market compared to them. Okay. So much higher growth rate than any of our hyperscale cloud infrastructure competitors. Okay, yeah. I feel like there's a caveat to that though, because their portion of the market is very small. So maybe this goes to show that the narrative right now, there's enough competition, or there's enough demand out there for essentially everyone to win. Your big hyperscalers, but also your smaller cloud players like Oracle. I'm surprised they still miss though, I think. The world's largest and fastest AI supercomputer, scaling up to 65,000 NVIDIA H200 GPUs. Jesus Christ. This fiscal year, total Oracle Cloud revenues should top $25 billion. I mean, I have to say that guidance is pretty nice. Okay, interesting. So I'm very surprised that Meta is deciding to sign on to Oracle's AI cloud infrastructure. I guess if I'm Meta's point of view or in their shoes, I guess diversifying your cloud infrastructure is probably the smart move. So you have your own on-prem data centers. You're using Oracle, you're using AWS, Google, and Azure. Although I guess Meta is sort of competing with Azure in the sense that Azure is essentially backing OpenAI. So I'd assume that OpenAI workloads have priority, maybe. I could be wrong. Okay, so it trains dozens of specialized AI agents and embeds hundreds of AI agents. Okay, so cloud services and license support. Okay, historically marketing has been around the 16% range. Operating income has been pretty high. Okay, stock-based compensation, future amortization. Okay, so maybe it'll be helpful to get an understanding of how they split up their business. Okay, so I think from here I'm going to exit out of this. Oops. Let's see how the stream is doing. Alright, not bad, not bad. Okay. Let's read through this. Products and services that address enterprise information technology needs. Okay, so let's put this in the software for now. So Oracle provides application and infrastructure products. Enterprise IT, right? Okay, so targets on-prem, cloud, and hybrid deployments. I guess deployments is a fancy way of how do you actually ship your product or ship your technology or host your technology. Cloud and license hardware and services, each of which comprising a single operating segment. So hardware business and then services business. employee portable business segments. So one is the cloud and license. Okay, so they combine their cloud and licensing revenues into one. Hardware services. Providing customer service. Wonderful years are. Continue the benefit from Okay, so I think what this is telling me is that they have pretty strong operating leverage here. Okay, yeah. My question is, when I read this, so when you're operating a data center, like Oracle does for cloud, are you always going to have the data center running at all times? Are all your servers going to be running at the same time? And do you have servers that are just essentially idle? They don't have any workloads running on them. Because I think what I'm trying to get with this is there a strategy where you have this shell of a data center and you kind of just wheel in the CPUs or servers that you need whenever you need them, and then I guess once you buy them you really can't dispose of them, so they're there forever. Okay. Yeah. I might have just answered my own question there. So you buy these servers, they're there forever. You can then increase, I would say, the margin on the cloud infrastructure if you can get more people to use the idle servers. That way you're able to monetize essentially what's becoming a cost leader. That's my best guess. What's going on? Okay. Okay, so I think So Oracle. %. Is this quarter over quarter or? Cloud infrastructure. 2.4 billion. Okay, so it is year over year. I want to double check like hyperscale. I wish I had Bloomberg on this because I know there's a KPI tracker on that. Hyperscale quarterly cloud revenues. Oh, come on. $27, okay. $11.4, okay, 10 billion plus. So sign Meta, it's customer. Yeah, I'm surprised he got punished. Okay, well, maybe that's why. It's up 66% for the year. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, yeah. Expectations. I guess Oracle stock. I know they have. There we go. Yeah, I guess that essentially what, 25%? Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I'll leave that for now. And then go over MongoDB really quick. And then I think I'm gonna take a break. But this is very surface level. Maybe a deep dive later is warranted. Okay. Despite this, okay, maybe like a despite this. EPS growth. Okay, yeah, MongoDB. Let's go. MongoDB earnings release. Okay, so if you remember correctly, I think Oracle's quarterly revenue, 14 billion. Let's see. My guess, MongoDB, somewhere in the 1 to 3 billion range. That's kind of high. That's like a big range. But I don't expect it to be higher than 3 billion. If I was to be more precise, maybe a 1 to 2 billion range. So let's see. Oh, god damn, I was so off. Okay, so it's actually very small. It's 529 billion, or it's 529 million. My market sizing estimates are so off. God. Oh, hey, we're here to learn. Okay, so MongoDB, 529 million, which if you divide that by 14 billion to get the percent, but we can round up maybe to 15 billion. So maybe it's 3%. Let's see, 5, 150, 33%. Yeah. I think that should be how it works, yeah. %, year over year. Got it. So it seems like I would imagine a lot of their losses here come from non-GAAP income, essentially 1.1. Right, okay, so I'd imagine a lot of the GAAP losses come from stock-based compensation which I still don't fully understand what it is. Like, how do you actually expense that? That's a big mystery for me. I guess it's like a percent of maybe the average salary a person gets. And you're giving them like a restricted stock unit or maybe a call option. That's my best guess. Okay, so vector quantization. I remember Elastic also talking about this. I'm trying to remember, I think high level, when you're running a neural network, what are you doing? You're essentially computing a bunch of matrix multiplications. I want to say vector quantization is a way of optimizing the neural network calculation by somehow creating a more sparse matrix. A sparse matrix meaning that a lot of the values in your matrix are 0, and so you just evaluate 0 times 0, and that just goes to 0, or 0 times whatever floating point or integer number that leads directly to 0. I just forgot exactly how that's done, or even if that's the actual thing. But I think for, right, okay, so this is for vector search. I think this is very helpful for search tasks, I want to say. But why? Maybe it improves the similarity rates, like the accuracy. Yeah. That's very cool, 50x. So I guess that's 10 million in revenues at IPO date, or whenever he started. Quarterly revenues, so I guess yearly 40 million? When was MongoDB founded? I'd say like 2010, 2007. So it's an almost 20-year company. Just 2 more years until it's 20 years. Okay. Get a check on something real quick. Association. Services. Database software. DB, I guess. Five, say 530 million, probably. Okay. Lots of demand for. So my guess is there's going to be a lot of meaningful demand going forward. Yeah, this company got crushed. So what happened? Why is it so valued so highly? Price advancements. Okay, so if all of these companies are targeting 400, why? Yeah, okay, I guess makes sense. Okay. So despite this fell percent I have to figure out what this enterprise advance offer is. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's like some add-on services maybe. Yeah, leave that for now. I'm gonna quickly speed through this because I do have to go use the bathroom. Let's see. Alright, so you just see it run up. I don't know, I have a feeling that this could be a buying opportunity just based off of revenue growth. Is it really warranted a 24% decline? I don't know. Okay. Let's see, what else is there? So, video news. Okay, that's fine. Qualcomm return. Yes. Oops. God. Alright, sometimes these Reddit things are kind of funny. Okay, this is funny. Okay, so I feel like that's probably not worth mentioning in this. Maybe like the quantum chip. What the fuck? There's no way this is true. This is just clickbaiting me. Okay, so talk about below. Watch YouTube video. Okay, and OpenAI dates. Okay, so I think with that, probably end the stream here. Gonna go use the bathroom, and then might work on the co-star model. I think that'll be fun. So I'm gonna go do that, and then not too sure what I'll do after that. It's gonna be a long day, so thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next one. So let me stop the stream here. Alright, see you guys.